Meet Bill. Bill is a British entrepreneur who owns a manufacturing business with headquarters in Singapore. Bill wanted to open an office in Vietnam due to its low operating costs, ideal location, and skilled workforce. However, due to the complexity of doing business in a developing country, Bill was confused about expanding his business in Vietnam. InCorp Vietnam guided him through the entire process. Here's how it works. Part 1. Decide on your business structure. The first step in setting up a business in Vietnam is to decide on your business structure. In Vietnam, foreigners are allowed to establish 100% foreign-owned businesses, except for some restricted business lines. You will also need to decide on the number of shareholders for your company. There are several options to choose from, including limited liability company. For small and medium-sized companies, this is generally the simplest structure to establish. Joint stock company, for larger companies that want to eventually be listed on the stock exchange. Branch office, this is for companies that already exist abroad and you simply want to copy the same structure in Vietnam. Representative office, this is a simple structure that allows you to hire employees and conduct market research only. This entity does not allow you to generate profits. It's important to choose the one that best suits your needs. Part 2. Determine your capital. When setting up a business in Vietnam, you'll need to determine the amount of capital required to start your business. The minimum capital requirement varies depending on the type of business you're starting. However, the amount has to prove that it will cover your operating costs in the first year of operations. Contact a consultant for a sample quotation suiting your specific needs. Part 3. Register your business. Once you've decided on your business structure, the next step is to register your business. This involves submitting a business registration application and obtaining a business license. If you're a foreign investor, you'll need 2 certificates, an IRC and an ERC. Here are a few other requirements you should be aware of. Passport of investors notarized at the Vietnamese embassy. ID passport of legal representative of the company. Bank statements, financial documents showing sufficient charter capital. Office lease agreement in Vietnam. You'll also need to register for taxes, obtain a tax code, and open a company bank account. Part 4. Obtain necessary permits and licenses. To operate your business in Vietnam, you'll need to obtain various permits and licenses. The types of permits and licenses required will depend on the nature of your business. For example, if you're starting a manufacturing business, you'll need sub-licenses for the specific product that you are producing, as well as relevant export licenses. It's important to work with a reputable legal services provider to ensure that you obtain all the necessary permits and licenses. Part 5. Comply with tax regulations. As a business owner in Vietnam, you'll be subject to various taxes, including corporate income tax, value-added tax, and personal income tax. It's important to understand your tax obligations and finalization deadlines, and ensure that you comply with all the relevant regulations. Congratulations! You now have a step-by-step guide to setting up a business in Vietnam. Remember, the process of starting a business in Vietnam can be complex, but with the right guidance, it can also be rewarding. Thank you for watching, and comment below if you have any questions.